Welcome dear students. So today I am going to start new lecture on light reflection and refraction. So in today's class we will going to discuss about image formation using convex mirror and their properties, use of concave and convex mirrors, and new Cartesian sign convention. So dear students, in previous class already we have studied about the image formation using concave mirror. So now it will be image formation by a convex mirror. So first of all I have taken a convex mirror. So this white portion, this is reflecting surface, this red one, it is the painted portion. Okay, this P point is known as the pole, F is principal focus, C is center of curvature. So this line is known as principal axis. So I have placed an object at point A. So this AO is my object. I have placed it in front of given convex mirror. So now, so as to get image formed, we have to follow the method of image formation which we have already studied in the previous classes. So for that purpose, first of all we need to send the light ray starting from top of this object towards this mirror. So see, here first light ray is starting from this top of the object, it is falling on this convex mirror, and after reflection it is going like this. So we are knowing that whenever the light ray is coming parallel with respect to principal axis, after reflection, in case of convex mirror, it appears as if it has come from principal focus. Okay, so that's why this light ray is coming like this. Okay, and after reflection it appears as if it has come from this principal focus. Since light cannot go actually behind the mirror, so that's why we cannot draw line here, we cannot draw particularly this dark line here. Okay, so that's why I have drawn it like this. Here we can draw the dotted line because it is appearing as if the light ray has come from this principal focus F of this given convex mirror. Okay, similarly, so for image formation, at least we require at least two number of reflected light rays. Okay, so second I have taken this. So a light ray I am sending which is directing towards center of curvature. Okay, this light ray I am sending, it is directing towards center of curvature. Okay, and what is the rule, what is the method, that whenever a light ray is directing towards center of curvature, so after reflection it will going to retrace back its path. So that's why the light ray is going like this, it is directing towards center of curvature. Since the light cannot go behind the mirror, so after reflection it is simply retracing back its path. Okay, so now see, since light rays cannot go actually behind the mirror, but it is appearing as we know, rectilinear propagation of light, that is light travels in a straight line. So this light ray, if I just visualize from this point, okay, so it appears as if it has come from this principal focus. Similarly, this reflected light ray, it appears as if it has come from center of curvature. So that's why we have joined these two reflected light ray with principal focus and center of curvature respectively with dotted line. Okay, now wherever these two dotted line they are intersecting or meeting, so at this point we will say that will going to take place. But dear students, since in our case these two light rays they are not actually meeting, see, they are not actually meeting but they are appearing to be meeting. Okay, so that's why we will say the type of image formation. So whenever light are actually meeting, they will going to give rise to real and inverted image. But whenever the two light rays they appear to meet, okay, so in that case the image formed will be virtual and erect. So that's why at the point of meeting or intersection, at this point, due to this convex mirror, when I place this object AO in front of it, I will going to get here the image formed due to this convex mirror, so that I can draw. So this was nothing but the, see, at this point when I need to know the normal to the given surface, so what I need to do, I will going to simply join it with respect to center of curvature. Immediately I can assign the angle I and angle R. So we can assign angle I, angle R. So at point, this intersection point, at point B, we are getting the image formed due to this object AO when we placed it in front of this given convex mirror. So what type of image we are getting? It is, since the two reflected light rays, they are not actually meeting, but they are appear to be meet. So that's why the image formation here in our case is virtual and erect. And if we compare the size, see, this is the AO is what? AO is the size or height of object, but in this case the image formed is this much size only, so that's why it will be lesser, or we can say diminished in size. So now, as usual, we know after drawing the ray diagram we have to characterize the image formation, that is we need to write the properties of image formed. Okay, so first of all, in property, what we need to specify? Position of image. So where it is getting formed, see, this is pole, this is principal focus, but somewhere in between them, okay, somewhere in between principal focus and pole, we are getting the image formed. So that's why position of image is what? Behind the mirror. Nature of image is virtual and erect. Size of image is what? Smaller than the object. Okay, so these points you need to remember. Position, it is behind the mirror, okay, and it is getting formed between P and F, we can say roughly. Nature, virtual and erect. And size, it is also important, it is smaller than the object. Okay, now, so image formation by a convex mirror for any position of the object. See, one thing we need to specify here, that in case of concave mirror, we studied about 6 different situations depending on the location of object placed in front of a given concave mirror. But in present case of convex mirror, we will going to just study 2 cases. Okay, first case we have already studied in while studying the method of image formation. Okay, so what was the first case? You try to recall. Whenever the object is placed at infinity, the image, the light rays coming from that infinitely placed object, it will be straight and parallel. Okay, so they will be falling on this convex mirror, and after reflection, okay, they will going to give rise the image formation at principal focus. Okay, so now what we can do? So here only 2 situations we have studied. Okay, first, when object was placed at infinity, okay, position of image will be what? At principal focus. And in case of convex mirror, okay, principal focus, where we are getting this right side. Okay, so at F, behind the mirror. Now size of image, it will be highly diminished, almost point size, we can say. Nature of the image, since light rays are not actually meeting, so that's why they will going to give rise to virtual, and virtual image will be by default erect also. Okay, so when the object was placed at infinity, this is just from that method of image formation already we studied in previous classes. Okay, so when the object was placed at infinity, okay, image getting formed at principal focus, it is behind the mirror itself. And size, it will be highly diminished, almost point size, and image formed will be virtual and erect. Now second case is this one which we have studied right now. So between infinity and the pole P, okay, position of the object, any point you choose between infinity and pole, see, you can place here, anywhere you can place the object irrespective of its location, it must be between infinity and pole P. Okay, so when the object is placed between infinity and pole P, then the image formation will be, it will be between P and F. See, P and F, somewhere here we are getting the image formed. Okay, so image formed will be between P and F, and it will be automatically behind the mirror. Now if we talk about the size, it will be diminished, that is it will be lesser than the size or height of object. Now next, since the light rays are not actually meeting, so that's why we will say they will going to give rise to virtual and erect image. Okay, so here important point arises. See, sometimes questions are asked from this convex mirror and concave mirror image formation. So how they will going to ask the question? I'm giving you like two different questions. First question, they may ask that which mirror shall we use to obtain a virtual, erect and magnified image of an object. Try to listen carefully. What type of mirror shall we use to obtain virtual, erect and magnified image of an object placed in front of a given mirror? So you have to tell the name of that mirror. Okay, so for that what you need is just these two tables. See, image formation by a convex mirror, and in previous class we studied about image formation by concave mirror. Now you see, what are our requirement? What is our requirement? So requirement is what? We require virtual and erect image, and in size it should be magnified. So I'm giving you 1 minute time, you just think about the concept. Okay, which mirror shall we use to obtain virtual, erect and magnified image of an object? Just try to recall it from the image formation table of concave mirror and convex mirror. Try to identify which particular situation it will be. Okay, so I think you are able to arrive at the result. So you see the last case of last situation, last image formation of concave mirror, that is when the object is placed between principal focus and pole. Okay, that last situation, sixth position. Okay, in that case the image formation will be virtual and erect, it will be behind the mirror in case of concave mirror. Okay, and it will be magnified also. Okay, now some of our students, they may have doubt that why we cannot use convex mirror for that purpose. No, the answer is wrong. We cannot use convex mirror. Why? Because yes, we know that convex mirror can produce virtual and erect image, but at the same time it cannot produce magnified image. See, here in both cases the image formed will be diminished, that is size of image will be always lesser than the size of object. But in the question the requirement is image should be virtual, erect, but it should be magnified. So that's why we have to go for concave mirror. We cannot use convex mirror. Okay, at the same time question may be framed like this. You have to tell the name of the mirror when the image formation is virtual, erect and diminished. Okay, so in that case you have to give the answer as convex mirror, because see, in both cases we are getting virtual, erect and diminished image. Okay, so virtual, erect and diminished image can be obtained using convex mirror only. Okay, so virtual and erect, they are falling in both category of convex and concave, but the answer will be depending on whether it is asked that the image is diminished or image is magnified. So depending on that, if they are asking virtual, erect and magnified image, okay, then you have to go for concave mirror. Otherwise, if they are asking for diminished, virtual and erect, then you have to go for convex mirror. Okay, so dear students, these two tables, image formation by concave mirror and convex mirror, they are very important. Okay, so you have to learn them very specifically. Okay, so on basis of these two tables you can answer the question based on image formation of convex and concave mirror. Now, so Now we will going to study about what are the uses or application of convex mirror. So first of all, we are taking concave mirror. Okay, so whenever we say concave mirror, okay, immediately the things should come into your mind, that all those 6 image formation, that table, it should come into your mind. Okay, first application or uses: concave mirrors are used in torches, searchlights and headlights of vehicle. Okay, so what it is telling, concave mirror are used in torches, searchlights and headlights of vehicle. Now the explanation is why we use concave mirror. See, in all these cases, torches, searchlight, headlights of vehicle. Okay, so whenever any vehicle, it is running on road in night, in dark. Okay, so what we require a fine parallel beam of light. Okay, so that the driver able to see the other vehicles or anything in front of him or her clearly. Okay, so what we require a fine parallel beam of light. Okay, so how it is getting fixed? So concave mirror are used in torches, searchlights and headlights of vehicle. So in all these cases, in case of torches, searchlight and headlights of vehicle, we used to place the bulb at principal focus with respect to concave mirror fitted inside it. Okay, so there will be a concave mirror. With respect to that mirror, we will going to place the bulb. Obviously it is a light source, so there will be some bulb will be present. Okay, so we will going to fix the bulb with respect to the given concave mirror in such a way that the bulb is situated at principal focus. Now you try to recall, okay, the image formation. When the object is placed at principal focus, the image will be formed at infinity. And whenever I say infinity, means what? The light rays, reflected light rays, they will be parallel, they will be straight and parallel. So that's why in all these 3-4 cases, torches, searchlight and headlights of vehicle, what we use? Concave mirror. How we use? We used to fix the bulb at the principal focus with respect to concave mirror fitted inside it. Okay, and it will be the situation that whenever the object is at principal focus, the image will be at infinity, and hence we will going to obtain fine parallel beam of light from these torches, searchlight and headlight, and that is our requirement. Okay, next application of concave mirror, they are used as shaving mirror. Okay, so in each case you have to think why we are using them. Like, see, in this case I have explained why we are using concave mirror for all 3 cases. Okay, now next is saving mirror. How we can use them as saving mirror? So you just think about the case, what is our requirement, what is the demand? So for shaving purpose, what we require, that our face, whatever we are doing, so that should be clearly visible. Okay, it should be virtual, erect and magnified. Okay, so what I say, virtual, erect and magnified image of the face is required by the person who is shaving. Okay, so the requirement is the image formed should be erect, virtual and magnified. Okay, so it comes under the 6th position of concave mirror, the last situation, when we place the object very close to the given concave mirror. Very close means what? It should be placed between principal focus and pole. Okay, so the last situation is what? When the object is placed very close to the concave mirror, that is between principal focus and pole, then the image formation using concave mirror, it will be behind the mirror. Okay, it will be virtual and erect, and it will be magnified in size. Demand. Okay, so that's why we are using concave mirror as shaving mirror, because we require erect, virtual and magnified image of our face, so that we can easily facilitate to have the saving. Okay, now third is, it is used by dentist to see large image of the teeth. So here also the requirement is same, that we require erect, virtual and magnified image of a particular object. So we will going to place that particular object very close to the concave mirror, so that it again comes under the category of sixth situation, that is object is placed between principal focus and pole. Okay, next is, large concave mirrors are used to concentrate sunlight to produce heat in solar furnace. So see here, what is the demand? We have to use sunlight to produce heat. Okay, that is, sunlight is present, sun flux is coming regularly, but what we need to do, we have to concentrate it. Okay, we have to somehow like to make this beam to concentrate on a given surface area. Okay, so see, since the sun is present very far, almost at infinity with respect to our given, we can say, system, like given mirror. Okay, now we will going to use concave mirror to concentrate sunlight to produce heat in the solar furnace. So how we will going to make this arrangement? Okay, so for this arrangement we will going to take large concave mirror, so their aperture should be large, so that they can like accommodate more and more light rays, okay, falling on it. So whenever the light rays, they are coming from infinity, okay, so they will be straight and parallel, so after reflection, these light will going to get concentrated at a given point because of this concave mirror. So this is just the first situation. Whenever the light rays, they are coming straight parallel with each other, then after reflection they will going to produce the image at principal focus. Okay, so all the light rays which are coming from very far distance from sun, okay, they will be falling on the concave mirror. After reflection, they will going to follow the first rule. Okay, so whenever light rays, they are coming parallel, after reflection they will going to get concentrated or meet at principal focus. Okay, so that's why the sunlight, the parallel sunlight which are coming after reflection from this concave mirror, they will going to get concentrated at a particular spot, that will be the principal focus. And since the sunlight, they are getting concentrated, mean sunlight, they used to show this heating effect. Okay, so they will going to produce some specific amount of heat, that which is required for us. Okay, so that's why here we use that first rule or first situation, we can say, because of this concave mirror. Okay, next is uses of convex mirror. Okay, so first use is what? Convex mirrors are used as rear view mirrors in vehicle. This is very important application. Okay, in all the vehicles, this side glass, okay, what we call rear view mirrors, the mirror which we are using so as to see the object behind us. Okay, so rear view mirror in vehicles, what we use? Convex mirror. Okay, why we use? Because they form diminished images of the large object on the road, and it has larger field of view. So this convex mirror, why we are using convex mirror? For observing rear view objects, rear object, backside object. So why we are using? Because convex mirror we have already observed. Okay, that convex mirror, they will going to produce erect, virtual and diminished image. Okay, now you just think about whenever you are driving a car. Okay, so the rear view mirror, the side glass, why we are using? So as to see the vehicle which are coming behind us. Okay, so vehicle like bus and truck, they are big in size. Okay, but what we want? We want to see their image in that small rear view mirror. Okay, so which mirror shall we prefer? We will going to use exclusively this convex mirror, because it will going to produce, it will going to provide us with erect, virtual and diminished image. Okay, so it can accommodate more and more images also. Second advantage of using this convex mirror is that it has larger field of view, means more and more area can be covered using this convex mirror because of its this outward bending. Okay, so it can accommodate more and more area, field of view. Okay, so that's why in case of vehicles as rear view mirror, what we use convex mirror, because they provide erect, virtual and diminished image, okay, of large objects. Okay, and also convex mirror has larger field of view, mean it can see more and more area, that is it can cover more and more area in which the vehicles are coming behind the particular vehicle which we are driving. Okay, next they are used at road junction point or chokes. Okay, so in many cases, like in your society, in this residential area, we have seen that at junction point of roads we used to fix this convex mirror so that we able to see the traffic coming from the different road. Okay, so at those junction point also we can easily see this convex mirror, they are being fitted. Okay, next is they are also used as magic mirror and to form funny images. Okay, so in a particular arrangement we can have this convex mirror so that they can form some magic images. Okay, and funny images we can have, that we call magic mirror. Next is sign convention for reflection by spherical mirrors. Okay, so we call it new Cartesian sign convention. Okay, so what are these? There are certain sign convention, okay, that is which particular parameter shall we treat as positive or which parameter shall we treat as negative. It is decided by this new Cartesian sign convention. So it is very important, because in numerical problems usually numericals are asked based on this formula we will going to discuss about in next classes. Okay, so for in those numerical problem we will going to use this new Cartesian sign convention. So what is that? Just see, number one, the object is always placed to the left of the mirror. Okay, so what we do, usually we used to put the object to the left of the mirror, that is in front of the mirror. Okay, so what we can say, incident rays from the object always move from left to right, because we are placing our object to the left of the given mirror. So that's why incident light ray will going to travel from left to right. Okay, second, all distances parallel to the principal axis are measured from the pole P of the mirror. Okay, so whatever distance, okay, that is object distance, image distance, principal focus, okay, radius of this focal length, radius of curvature, any distance, okay, whenever we require to measure a particular distance parallel to the principal axis. Okay, so which point we will going to use as a reference point? It will be pole P. Okay, so pole P will be treated as reference point for any measurement parallel to the principal axis. Correct? Next, all the distances measured to the right of the pole. Okay, so pole will be pole, this point P will be treated as reference point, all the distances to the right. So to the right means what? They will be taken as positive, while those measured to the left of the pole, that is negative direction, okay, negative x-axis we can say. So those measured to the left of the pole, they will be taken as negative. So this is, you see, only this pole P will be reference, like reference means zero origin we can say. So to the right all distances will be taken as positive, to the left all distances will be taken as negative. Okay, next, distance is measured perpendicular to and above the principal axis. Okay, so perpendicular to the principal axis and above it. Okay, they will be taken as positive. So distance is measured perpendicular to and above the principal axis. Okay, that is, we can say y-axis, because x-axis already we have taken like horizontal axis. So vertical axis will be what? By default it will be y-axis. So any distance measured perpendicular to and above the principal axis has to be taken as positive, while those measured below the principal axis are to be taken as negative. So this is also simple only. So whenever we are placing any object, so we used to place it perpendicular to the principal axis and above this. So that's why the height of object, if I say, so height of object in such cases must be taken as positive, because this is perpendicular to and above the principal axis. Now if I say any particular mirror, like concave mirror, it is producing real and inverted image. Inverted image means what? It will be perpendicular to but below the principal axis. So that's why in such cases of real and inverted image, the height of the image has to be taken as negative. Okay, because it is below the principal axis. So here I already told you, while solving numerical problems, new Cartesian sign convention must be used for substituting the known value of u, v, f, h and r. See, in numerical problems, okay, we will be provided with certain information, mean there will be certain known or given parameters. Okay, some parameters will be given in the question itself and some other parameter they will going to ask, correct? So using this Cartesian sign convention, we will going to assign appropriate sign. Like u is what? Object distance. So this small u is used for object distance. Okay, from where we have to start measuring? From pole P. So object distance mean what? We have to start from P point and we have to go till location of the object. That distance will be my object distance. So this is represented by small u. Similarly, small v is what? Image distance. So again we have to start from pole. Pole is to be treated as reference point. V will be what? V will be the distance between this P and the location of the image. It is known as image distance. So represented by small v. Small f is what? Focal length. So it will be distance between principal focus. So we have to start from pole and we have to go till principal focus. So it will be f. This h will be what? This h will be the height of object or height of image, and r is what? Radius of curvature. Okay, so for all the given parameters we need to assign appropriate sign using this new Cartesian sign convention. Okay, so I'm just summarizing. Okay, incident light ray direction will be usually left to right. Okay, P we have to treat as reference point. Pole we have to start measuring all the distances from this P which we want to measure parallel to the principal axis. Okay, so towards positive direction of P we will take the distances as positive. Okay, so towards right of pole we will take the distances as positive. Towards left of pole we will take the distances as negative. Perpendicular and above the principal axis positive, perpendicular and below the principal axis negative. Okay, so on behalf of this new Cartesian sign convention we will going to assign the appropriate sign, that is positive or negative, to all the given or known parameter in a numerical problem. Okay, so how we can summarize graphically or diagrammatically? So we have taken a concave mirror. Okay, so this x dash, that is x axis I have taken, y dash y axis. Okay, so direction of incident light ray will be always from left to right. So this is the direction of incident light ray. Okay, now whenever we are measuring any distance to the right of pole it will be taken as positive. Whenever we are measuring any distance to the left of the pole it has to be taken as negative. whenever we are taking any distance or height above the principal axis, perpendicular and above the principal axis, it has to be taken as positive. Below and perpendicular to the principal axis has to be taken as negative. Okay, so this is the diagrammatical explanation of this new Cartesian sign convention. In the same way, for a convex mirror also we can have same. The direction of incident light will be from left to right. This will be positive direction, this will be negative, this height will be positive, this will be negative. Okay, so I hope these things are very clear to you. Thank you, dear students.